Hello and welcome. I'm so grateful you're here with me today. Have you ever felt like you're on an emotional roller coaster, where your feelings control your day, your decisions, and even your sense of self? What if I told you that you could become the master of that ride, not just a passenger? Imagine a life where you navigate challenges with calm resilience, where you experience deeper joy, and where you feel truly connected to yourself and others. This isn't just a distant dream, it's a skill you can cultivate. Mastering your emotions is the key to unlocking a happier, more purposeful life, giving you the power to choose your response in any situation. Today, we're going to embark on this beautiful journey together, guided by the profound and practical wisdom from Thibaut Meurisse's incredible book, Master Your Emotions. We'll break down 7 powerful steps, each one a building block towards greater emotional intelligence. These aren't just theories. They are actionable techniques that you can start applying in your life right now. I want this to be more than just a video you watch. I want it to be an experience, a moment of deep personal reflection. So as we go through these steps, I invite you to think about your own life. Where do you feel your emotions serve you, and where do they hold you back? What patterns have you noticed? Be open, be curious, and be kind to yourself. This journey of self-discovery is one of the most rewarding you will ever take. Let's begin this transformation, not just for a better day, but for a better life. Are you ready to unlock your emotional intelligence? Let's dive in. The first and most fundamental step on this path is simply to understand your emotions. Think of them not as enemies to be conquered, but as messengers from your inner self. They are signals providing you with valuable information about your needs, your beliefs, and the world around you. When you feel joy, it's a sign that your needs are being met. When you feel anger, it might be telling you that a boundary has been crossed. Fear often signals a perceived threat that needs your attention. We often lump emotions into good and bad, but this judgment is what causes the struggle. Instead, let's look at them with curiosity. What is this feeling trying to tell me? By learning to listen, you begin to decode their language, transforming confusion into clarity and reaction into conscious response. This is where true power begins. So, how do they influence us? Our emotions are deeply intertwined with our thoughts and behaviors, creating a constant feedback loop. An anxious thought can trigger feelings of fear, which might lead you to avoid a situation, reinforcing the original thought. A positive feeling can inspire optimistic thoughts, leading to confident actions and better outcomes. Recognizing this cycle is the key. You start to see that an emotion isn't a random event, it's part of a pattern. The goal isn't to stop feeling, but to understand the feeling, question the thought behind it, and then choose a behavior that aligns with the person you want to be. This awareness separates the feeling from your identity. You are not your anger, you are the one who is experiencing anger. That space is where your freedom lies. Once we begin to understand what our emotions are, the next step is to develop profound self-awareness. This is the practice of turning your attention inward, of becoming an observer of your own mind without judgment. It's like turning on a light in a dark room. Suddenly, you can see everything for what it is. Mindfulness is our greatest tool here. It's the simple yet powerful act of paying attention to the present moment. When an emotion arises, instead of being immediately swept away by it, you can pause and say, there is sadness, or I notice a feeling of frustration. You observe it as you would a cloud passing in the sky. It is there, but it is not the whole sky. This practice creates a vital space between the stimulus and your response. In that space, you find your power to choose. Developing self-awareness allows you to notice your emotional triggers. What people, places, or situations consistently provoke a strong reaction in you? By identifying them, you are no longer taken by surprise. You can prepare yourself, or even choose to change your environment if needed. Journaling is a beautiful way to cultivate this. At the end of the day, write down the emotions you felt and what was happening at the time. Over time, you'll see patterns emerge that were previously invisible. This isn't about self-criticism, it's about self-discovery. You are becoming an expert on your own inner workings, and with that expertise comes the ability to manage yourself with wisdom and compassion. Now that we can see our patterns, we can begin to actively change them. This is the exciting part, rewiring your brain. Your brain is not fixed, it's incredibly adaptable, a concept known as neuroplasticity. The emotional pathways you've used most often become like well-worn highways, easy and automatic. If you've spent years reacting with anxiety, that pathway is strong, but you can build new roads. You can consciously create new neural pathways for peace, joy, and positivity. One of the most powerful tools for this is visualization. Your brain often doesn't distinguish between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. So take time each day to close your eyes and visualize yourself handling a challenging situation with calm and grace. Imagine yourself responding with patience instead of frustration. Feel the sense of peace and pride that comes with it. By repeatedly running this mental simulation, you are training your brain for a new response. You're laying the tracks for a new emotional habit. Similarly, you can cultivate positive emotions by visualizing your goals as if they've already been achieved. Feel the joy, the gratitude, the excitement. This isn't just wishful thinking, it's a mental rehearsal that primes your mind and body for success and positivity. You are actively sculpting your emotional landscape, choosing to plant gardens where there were once weeds. It's a deliberate, creative process that puts you in the driver's seat of your own mind. Understanding and rewiring are powerful, but without action, they remain just ideas. This is where self-discipline becomes our closest ally. Self-discipline isn't about punishment or restriction. It's actually the ultimate form of self-love. It's about, choosing what you want most over what you want now. In the context of our emotions, it means having the strength to not act on every impulse. It's the courage to pause when you feel anger rising, to take a breath instead of lashing out. It's the commitment to do your visualization practice even on days you don't really feel like it. This discipline is what bridges the gap between the person you are and the person you want to become. It's the engine that drives your transformation forward. Setting clear goals is a crucial part of this. What does emotional mastery look like for you? Maybe your goal is to have more patient conversations with your family, or perhaps it's to face public speaking with confidence instead of fear. Write these goals down, make them specific and real, then use your self-discipline to take small, consistent steps towards them every single day. Self-control is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Every time you choose a conscious response over an automatic reaction, you are strengthening your self-discipline. It's in these small daily victories that the war for your emotional freedom is won. You are proving to yourself, one choice at a time, that you are in control. Life will inevitably bring us moments of anger, fear, and sadness. Mastering your emotions doesn't mean you'll never feel these things again. It means you'll have the tools to navigate them without letting them capsize your ship. When anger arises, instead of suppressing it or exploding, get curious. What boundary was crossed? What need is not being met? Acknowledge the anger, then find a healthy outlet. This could be vigorous exercise, journaling, or simply taking deep, calming breaths until the initial intensity subsides. For fear, challenge the underlying thoughts. Ask yourself, what is the evidence for this fear? What is the worst-case scenario, and could I handle it? Often, shining the light of logic on fear shrinks it down to a manageable size. When sadness comes, allow yourself to feel it without judgment. Sadness is often a sign of loss or disappointment, and it needs to be processed. Pushing it away only prolongs it. This is where self-compassion is vital. Talk to yourself as you would a dear friend who is struggling. Offer yourself kindness and understanding. Remind yourself that it's okay to not be okay. Adopting a growth mindset is also key here. See these challenging emotions not as failures, but as opportunities to learn and grow stronger. Every time you successfully navigate a difficult feeling, you are building emotional resilience and proving to yourself that you are capable of handling whatever life throws your way. You are learning to be your own anchor in the storm. Emotional resilience is our ability to bounce back from adversity. It's not about avoiding hardship, but about moving through it with strength and grace. One of the most powerful ways to build it is by reframing challenges. When faced with a setback, our initial reaction might be to see it as a disaster. But a resilient mind asks a different question. What can I learn from this? How can this make me stronger? This simple shift in perspective changes everything. A job loss is no longer just an ending. It's an opportunity to find a more fulfilling career. A difficult conversation isn't just a conflict. It's a chance to build deeper understanding. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are the architect of your response to them. Focusing on positivity and practicing gratitude are the daily exercises for a resilient mind. Make it a habit to actively look for the good in your life, no matter how small. At the end of each day, write down 3 things you are grateful for. This practice physically rewires your brain to scan for positives instead of negatives. It anchors you in a state of appreciation, which is a powerful antidote to despair. When you focus on what you have, the power of what you lack diminishes. You start to see the abundance that is already present in your life. This doesn't mean ignoring problems, but it means you face them from a foundation of strength and gratitude, making you far more capable and unshakable. Finally, mastering your emotions is not a one-time fix, it's a lifestyle. It's about creating daily routines and habits that support your emotional well-being consistently. Think about what nourishes your mind, body, and soul. Your morning routine is a sacred space to set the tone for your entire day. Instead of grabbing your phone and letting the world's anxieties rush in, could you start with 5 minutes of meditation? Or perhaps some light stretching, or reading an inspiring passage? This intentional start creates a buffer of peace that you can carry with you throughout the day. Your daily habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. Small, consistent deposits of self-care build a wealth of emotional balance over time. Prioritizing your well-being is not selfish, it is essential. You cannot pour from an empty cup. This means scheduling time for activities that recharge you, just as you would schedule an important meeting. It means getting enough sleep, eating nourishing food, spending time in nature, and connecting with people who uplift you. It means saying no to things that drain your energy, so you can say yes to your own peace. Create a personal self-care menu of activities you can turn to when you feel overwhelmed. By integrating these practices into your life, you create a sustainable rhythm of emotional balance. You are no longer just reacting to crises. You are proactively cultivating a state of inner harmony. As we come to the end of our time together, I want you to hold this one truth in your heart. Mastering your emotions is a journey, not a destination. There will be days when you feel perfectly in sync and days when you stumble. That is perfectly okay. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. It's about being a little more aware today than you were yesterday, a little kinder to yourself, a little more intentional in your responses. You now have a map, a beautiful guide based on the wisdom of master your emotions. You have the tools to understand, to rewire, to discipline, and to heal. The real magic happens now, in how you choose to use them. I encourage you, with all my heart, to take just one step from this video and apply it to your life this week. Maybe it's starting a gratitude journal. Maybe it's practicing the pause before you react. Or maybe it's just being more aware of the messages your emotions are sending you. These small, consistent actions are what create monumental shifts in our well-being and emotional intelligence. You have the power within you to create a life filled with more peace, more joy, and more purpose. Believe in your ability to grow and transform. The journey is yours, and it is beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing this space and this energy with me today. Your presence is a gift. Now, I would love to learn from you. What are some of the practices or tips that have helped you on your own emotional journey? Please share your wisdom and experiences in the comments below. Let's create a community of support and inspiration for each other. Let's continue this conversation. Until next time, be well and be kind to yourself.